So, good evening from Dumfries Ice Bowl for the fourth round of the English Curling Association National Championships. Again, we've got 3 men's games and 1 women's game on the ice. Tonight's featured game on the men's side is Stuart Brand against I think that's correct. Stuart Brand against Andrew Reid. Yeah, Stuart Brand against Andrew Reid. And as we open the screen tonight, we've got quite a bunch of it close to the head. Contrast to the previous session where we had a fairly open hitting game for the first few ends between Wilston and Dunn. Here we've got a fair number of yellow stones in the house, which are the Reid stones. Surrounding a lonely blue stone there, which is line shot, and it looks as though the skip stones already this first end, and Stuart Brand will be throwing then. Daniel Arundale holding the rush. I'm expecting a blue stone to appear in the top of the slot very soon. Here it comes, into a guard I think. It's looking quite coming out okay. It's a good draw, but it's not very straight. If it draws too much, it'll be offline, but that's not too bad. Yep, that's a good draw to there. So, we're now looking how you can get the blue out, because if you get a blue out, you can get a good start, healthy start to this game. We're just trying to draw to the beside the blue one in that dice. There's not a lot you can do to get rid of that blue. So that's our feature game tonight. We also have games between Andrew Taylor and Andrew Wilston, and between Greg Dunn and Owen Rees in the men's games, and the ladies, of course, Hetty Garnier against Lisa Farnell, playing the second of their best of 5. The first which was won by Hetty Garnier by 8 shots to 4. So is the second either. Oh, Andrew Reid just robbed in the guard there, and it looks like Stuart Brand's another attempt here, trying to tap the blue onto the yellow and send it out. Reid does have the hammer in this game, so there's another guard coming up from Brian, trying to just take his one. And obviously the shot that Reid just played is now still on because he just rubbed the guard. So I think Stuart try to come round, maybe put another one in the house. Yeah. Maybe come up freezing that blue one, it's already there. So far, Stuart has played 2 games. He had a bye in the first round. He then lost to Andrew Wilston, and then he beat Owen Rees, using 1 win and 1 loss. Andrew Reid beat Andrew Taylor, then lost to Greg Dunn, and then had a bye as well. He's also on 1 win and 1 loss. Each team has 1 bye in the 7 sessions and played 6 games. Well, it's very short for Stuart Brand. I'm not sure that's doing much good up there. Maybe protecting that. Well, that's probably actually quite good. He's protecting the shot Andrew played the previous time. He's now having to look at the other side of the circles. Having just crept over the hog line. I think Andrew see if he can get around there at all. He might be able to, but he just crept past the guard the last time. So Andrew Michael having a good look at Michael Opal, that is. Having a good look at what the consequences might be. Early stage in the game, and there's one in there trying to get the blue one out to score a couple. I'm sure he won't be disappointed if he just loses a one. Discussion of which ice to use between Reed and Opal. I shall keep an eye out on the ladies' game as well for you. In the ladies' game, we've just had a great double takeout by Hannah Fowler. Leads the final with line 2. And a great double takeout there by Anna to get rid of both of them and lie short at the top of the 12 foot. So you are back to the feature game, the last stone of the first end. Andrew Reid against Stuart Brand. Andrew Reid playing this last stone of the end. He's going to get past that very short guard. And make sure he doesn't. Oh, he seems to be cutting quite quickly. He outswept to the opposite. He's sweeping again, but I think that's going to wreck. Oh, he's just cut it again. That's 2 stones they've both just caught. They're looking at the stones, so they're maybe not as clear cut as we thought. No, they're pushing stones away. I think it probably is one blue. So a star for Stuart Brand. Yes, that stone last two of Andrew Reid seemed to. He called the sweeper one early, then called them off, and then it just suddenly cut across, I think. So, first end done. Andrew now. Oh no, it was a stone for Andrew Reid, or he was line 1. So, he obviously tried to increase it from 1. It's interesting that Stuart Brand, therefore, was actually guarding. Obviously tried to make sure he didn't lose more than 1. So yes, it was 1 for Andrew Reid. So we are looking now coming back towards the home end here. Second end of the game. Andrew Reid team sponsored partly by Barton Grange Garden Centre, the new curling centre that's opening up near Preston in June. With 4 sheet curling rink together with 10-pin bowling, restaurants, crazy golf, small cinemas, meeting rooms, a cafe bar, and that's opening in June on the Barton Grange Garden Centre site, just north of Preston. And we're hoping that will become a curling centre in the north of England. And who knows, we may hold our future championships in there, in England, for the first time for a few years. The problem with the Kent rink is there's only 3 sheets. And so we're trying to get the field we have here playing there, which requires 4 sheets, ends up with a very contrived and contortionate style of draw, with people playing at very odd times and trying to squeeze the games into 3 sheets. Sometimes leaves sheets missing and not being used. So Stuart Brand, Mike Spain has to draw down to wing, which I think Andrew will just hit and roll behind the guard. She does. Andrew Reid, of course, from the Glendale Curling Club in the north-east of England. He's probably the only male member of the club here this year, I think. It's a big change from some years ago. They used to have 2 or 3 teams taking part, but gradually people have stopped playing competitive curling from the Glendale club. We've got Andrew playing here in the men and Kirsty Balfour's playing the ladies. The club is desperate for new members, younger members especially. Very successful club in the Borders. Simple hit and roll to the wing from Tom Yugi there. The other members of the team, Chum Yege is a London member, London South East member. He started curling at Alexander Palace back in the 1990s. Him and his brother Daniel came along. Swiss father, they know all about ice sports, and they came along to try curling at Alexander Palace and got hooked on it. So that's about 30 years ago now, I suppose. No, maybe not 30, 25 years ago. 25 years ago. And they both played for England at the junior level. And Daniel dropped out of curling now, but Thomas kept going and has been very successful. He's played this year and won the English Mixed Doubles Championship with Anna Fowler. He'll be going to Östersund in Sweden in April, which is where he actually played one of his World Junior Championships. When he played with Andrew Reid in Östersund. Michael Opel and Jimmy Moulton are both past English champions, both based in London. Michael was at Cambridge University for a while, and is from Germany. But he's been in England now for 15 years at least. They both played in the European Championships in Basel, Switzerland in 2006, and also in Aberdeen in 2009. In fact, in 2006, their lead player was Andrew Wilson, who, of course, is also playing here this weekend. Stuart Brand, Mike Spain, come from the Kinross Curling Club. Just south of Perth, where the 4-sheet ice rink has been for nearly 50 years. Attached to Green Hotel, originally run by the Green Hotel, but now run by the Kinross Curling Trust themselves. Much brighter. It used to be they put a new wall and new roof in recent years. And it's a very good place to go play curling for a weekend or even for just a game or two. Very busy. Weekend competitions are pretty much full. And we were a place to take our championships, but as I say, they're pretty busy weekends. Other players of the team, Daniel Arundel is a newcomer to English curling this year. I played against him a number of years ago, but he's a newcomer to English curling this year. He's joined the new St George's Curling Club, which is our English players based in Scotland. And he's playing third. And that's a great shot there from Jamie Moulton, hit and roll behind the centre guard almost perfectly. So Stu will have to try to take the double on that to get rid of it. And they're over in the ladies' game, they're still playing the first end. 2 Yellowstones in the house, which is Hetty Garney, so Lisa Farnell having to hit and roll, maybe take one shot this end. The fourth member of Stuart Brad's team is Martin Gregory, English born and based down in Cheshire. He and his wife played in the World Mixed Championship with Andrew Wilson at the start of this season, and they have not played this year in the mixed. They're not entered for the mixed this year because Andrew was concentrating on the men's. But Martin and his wife Leslie from Edinburgh moved down south. They lived in Cheshire and play at the Welsh Curling Centre in Deeside. So second end, and Andrew's taking off a short guard here. He's got a yellow on the left, which may be in. Doesn't look like it from here. But you can never tell the angles and where the edge of the stone is. For an overhead viewpoint, it's the only place to see it correct. So a simple hit there, but I think he maybe wanted a roll, because replacing a guard with a guard is not exactly very good result. The card is still there for Stu Bryan, Daniel Arundel this time to draw round. In fact, on the ladies' game, Lisa played a great hit and roll across behind the other short Garnier's door, and Hetty could not get round the guard, so that's one shot for Lisa at the first end. Well, there was a great shot from Lisa to hit and roll right across behind the other guard. Other shot. So yeah, that's one shot for Lisa at the first end. Attempted draw round there from Daniel, just succeeded in pushing up the short reed guard. Tash should be in the house now. Daniel now goes to split the house. Trying to make it as difficult as possible for Stuart to get more than one shot. go back to this game between Reed and Brand. Reed line 3 around the outside, I think 2 are counting, and then Brand's just drawn behind the guard there. So lie 1, so Andrew Reed's going to try and remove that, and perhaps he'll get a roll behind the guard if he's played it gently enough, or he'll just get hit and roll across the other side. Just a bit more pressure onto. Pressure onto Stuart Brand's final draw. And the ladies' side is actually wrong. That was the second end they were playing, and there's 2 singles for Lisa Farnell so far, so it's 2-0 for Lisa after 2 ends. Fact, yes, Andrew Reid came round there and took out the Brand stone, and then Brand came round and unfortunately took out and rolled out. So now they're checking the stones on the edge of the circle. I think it's probably 2 yellow. I think the one on the left wasn't actually in play, so I think that's 2 more for Andrew Reid. So I'm sorry for the break there. I've been doing some catching on some paperwork and trying to get onto curlingzone.com to enable me to put the end by end scores up on Curling Zone, where they be accessed by anybody to see. Unfortunately, Curling Zone seems to be down at the moment and I'm unable to put the scores up. So I shall have a wander shortly to find out what the scores actually are and come back and report. But we'll wait to the end of this end between Reed and Brand, where, well, Brand got a stone through the gap there between the two guards and just nicked the Reed stone out. Right, that just came through there, no more. So Andrew Reid will get a couple of short stones at the front. Yes, trying to go into Curling Zone means I have to put a new window up which obscures my view of the monitors. Read, oh, that must stay straight well. That one just needs to come round and just stay straight. But it's coming round. It's a bit heavy, is it? It's going to sit around the back of the circles. So that's sitting the right circles right behind the guard. Good start from Michael Opal. I don't think Stuart will get through to that one, through the gap, so you've got to draw around. That draw shot, it's just pushing up Andrew in for second position, second scoring stone. So either Daniel was tight to the brush or the ice was wrong. The weight seemed to be too bad, but obviously he was sweeping to try and make sure it didn't hit the yellow, but it did, and so Andrew Reid now thinks it's a hit. Michael wants to put a guard up, Andrew wants to hit. Michael Opal was really hot in the top of his head. Bit pointed like a gnome maybe. Noah of Hamburg. It's the first year that Andrew, Michael and Jerry have played together after a number of years competing against each other. But I must admit the more wins being in the favour of Andrew than in Michael and Jamie. They're now going to have a mid-ice discussion as Andrew's come out to say where he wants to put it after all. Putting it there to block the blue going in rather than guarding the gap. If he blocks the blue going in and guards the gap, that'll be covered two things at once. In the ladies' game, Lisa Farnell now 5-0 up. So she stole a 3 at the third end. It's now 5-0 as she battles to equal the score against Hetty Garney, who won the first game. It's Andrew Reedus, 3 up after 2 ends. And the game between Wilson and Taylor. Wilson took to the first end and Taylor has blanked the next 2 ends. These last between Dunn and Reese. Dunn took a 4 at the first end. And they just finished the third end. Reese took a 1 at the second end. And they're just going to put the score up hopefully soon. Right, 1 for Reese at the second end, which is 4-1, and the third end is just finished. So the game we have here, yes, and obviously Andrew Reid did play that draw, which came a bit further than he thought, probably intended to. It came a bit further than it's actually drawn away. So it's up within the guard to the straight hit from Stewart, which is his intended shot, coming through the gap there. Imagine fairly heavy weight to try and hit on the nose the back stone. And Daniel Ardy will follow up to get into ice, make the brush more visible and less ice now. Yes, well, brush is all over the place there, but finally got a settled brush position, I believe. And Stewart will be throwing the stone now. He's coming out, let the stone go. And this has got to stay on line here. That looks quite good. Is it going to get past that one? Took out 1 yellow. Dan ran quite straight down there, so took out the stone just there with Andrew. I will now presumably replace it with a slightly shorter one. Another, a couple of feet shorter for Andrew's shot this time. Will block that shot that Stewart just tried to play. Yeah, that's just to run backslide. It just missed the guard at the front and then caught the edge of the yellow stone Andrew just played. Andrew's stone is on its way. Michael, the holding of his hand, obviously is a bit heavy. It's a bit wide actually. And it's not heavy now, but it's going to stop just in the right position. It's just in the right position. That's a lot better than the last one, I think. It isn't overdrawn now. It's going to stop now. Whoa. And that's a good shot. There's no way through for Stuart Bryan through that gap. It's not big enough for a stone. And he's going to try and draw round to the 4 foot to actually score a shot. Otherwise, it's in danger of losing a multiple end again. Well, it looks like Stuart's going for the gap. He's just going to double rub off the front and spin into the centre. All he could do there. He may squeeze a stone through that gap, but it looks a bit tight. Daniel's head just filling it almost totally at the moment. stone behind Dan, obviously don't support the stone is behind them. Two comes through here, I don't think they'll run from this thing whether they're away. And in fact that's taken short. So it's 1 yellow for Andrew Reid. We should score 4-0. So here we are again, back in the game, live. Sorry I didn't switch in so quickly there. But as I said, I'm trying to get into curling zone at the moment to update the scores, and it's not happening because curling zone is currently unavailable. So if you are watching and you want the scores, they are in the Andrew Taylor 0, Andrew Wilson 2 the first time for Andrew, followed by 3 blank ends. Andrew Reid 4, Stuart Brand 0, and Greg Dunn 9, Owen Reid 1 after 3 ends. And ladies is Anna Feller 0, Lisa Farnell 5 after 3 ends. I'll keep trying to get into curling zone, which may mean I miss some of the action and the screens in front of me. Please bear with me. So in the future game here, Andrew Reid trying to hit this stone of Stuart Brand and get a roll perhaps. No roll, just across the well, a little bit of roll, but stuck in the front there, so there's a line shot or not. It might not be a line shot. I think probably yellow, it looks like it might be a line shot. So that wasn't quite a successful shot there from Stewart to hit the wrong front one. They've had a look to see who she was lying shot. Obviously they're still not sure. And maybe that Andrew just needs to tap out the front yellow or split the front yellow. If he splits the front yellow, he should get both shots into play. Or he could tap behind the blue stones on the left, or even just tap straight back. Or he could go for the straight draw. There's no point trying to hit the blues because you actually get at the face of them, and the blue at the front would actually just bounce into the house. just a cup of tea delivered to me. Keep yourself going for the next hour and a half. So Andrew Reid came in there. I think they touched the front yellow stone a little bit, but certainly drawn into lie one. Brand having a go at hitting the front yellow, or is he going to try and hit the back yellow? Tried the front yellow and get the double, which he did try, but he just left one line there. A bit ambitious, he could have gone just for the shots. Last one for Andrew Reid again. Which makes the score, I think, I'll go and check, this is 4-0, 5-0 now. Then go for one and check the scores while I turn to the other end of the sheet and you wait for the play to begin all over again. More yellow stones in the house here from Andrew Reid. Once again, Stuart Bryan finds himself having to get rid of some yellow granite, not helping him score big ends here. He's really trying to cut down to keep in touch, but he's going to have to start trying to score ends. He's got a corner guard up the other side there, but he can't do much with it because he's got these two stones in the middle. They look great sheets. Andrew Taylor, after blanking 3 ends, took a 3 against Andrew Wilson to lead 3-2 after 5. Greg Dunn is now 9-2 against Owen Rees, and in the ladies' game, Hetty Garney got a 2 back at the 4th end, but Lisa Farrell just got a 1 at the 5th. To get a score there, 6-2. So it's 3-2 Taylor, Wooston, 4-0 Reid Brand, 9-2 Dunn Rees, and 6-2 Farnell Garney. So looks like Andrew piling up some stones in the house here. 4 yellow stones in there now. Stuart Bryan trying to get this blue one onto the face of the one at the back of the tee, but that's coming up short. It's just going to roll across into the open. We have another hit for Andrew to take out, and perhaps live 5. And this is the this is only the 5th end of the game. So read about hit the blue. So having got rid of the blue, a good try there from Daniel Andrew to get the other one to the back of the button, but really he just leaves it the short at the front, so Reid is still lying 3. He's going to put one at the front now to guard the round the button. And I'm still having trouble getting it to curlingzone.com, so you may have to wait until I get home or back to my hotel tonight, but I can try and input them from there. I shall keep trying from here, but at the moment, no service on the results in curlingzone.com. Very good guard put out there by Andrew Reid, and Stuart Bryan will now try and draw around to the button to try and cut down the score. Slow shot coming in here now, and it looks like a pretty good shot, and that's a great shot there for Stuart. Right into the back of the button. And you just follow in its force and just line top of it. You're not going to try and move it, it'll just come and freeze on top of it and prove pretty important for Stuart to move. Yes, and Andrew there puts that one right in the button, right exactly where he wanted to, and now Stuart has got a fairly impossible task. You've scored even one. He's not at the back of the button, Andrew's sitting on the button. Probably slightly in front of the button, so even if Stuart hits him, he's not going to be not short. And if he hits the stone heavy, he could just take his own blue stone out and leave Andrew line one, so it really is quite a difficult, it's a possible shot here for Stuart to get anything out of this end. So one game is finished already. Greg Dunn 14, Owen Rees 3 after just 6 ends. 4 and 2 5s for Greg and 3 singles for Owen, and that gave it over pretty quickly. The ladies game is now currently Lisa Funnell 6, Hetikani 3, and in the game between Taylor and Woolston, which is on the 8th end now, is 5 Woolston, 4 Taylor. So here we've got centre guards up again for Stuart Brad to deal with, and now he's going to try and come into the head and roll off the shot in the head behind the centre guards. Currently the score is 6-0 for Reed. Once again at this end, Stuart Brand finds himself facing a whole barrage of shots at the front to try and navigate to get to the entertainment in the button. He could try and draw around here, or unless he could tap up the blue at the front. I think looking at it from this angle, the blue at the front looks like a tap up possibility. Yes, he's going for that there. Daniel is showing his foot exactly what he's going to do. Tap up that blue into the button to outcount the one yellow stone that's currently lying there in shot position. Stone's actually he's cutting a lot actually. He's going to push a yellow if he's not careful. So cutting a lot, and that's another one yellow. But 2 stones still to go. Still another Brand stone to go. So that game finished with handshakes there from the Brand team after 6 ends, with a score at Reed 7, Brand 0. So I'm going to switch over to the 9th end of the Taylor-Wilson game, where the score currently is Wilson 7, Taylor 4. Another supply of chocolate arrived for the commentator there. Twix bar a few while ago, and a pack of M&M's now. So, as I said to the delivery driver, any more of those I'll be getting too fat. Anyway, here we are on the 9th end of the Wilson-Taylor game. Interesting game. They started off with Andrew Wilson taking 2 to the first end. Andrew Taylor then blanked 3 ends in a row. Taylor then took 3. Wilson replied with a 3. Taylor took a 1, and then Wilson took a 2. So it's 7-4 at the moment for Andrew Wilson, who is playing the Blue Stones. Taylor playing the Red Stones. Meanwhile, in the latest game, the 7th end, Hetty Garney picked up 2 shots and is now Farnell 6, Garney 5. So that game, after 7 ends, is evenly matched. And they're now currently playing down back towards the bar at the 8th end. I'll try and pick that up later on as it comes to a conclusion. So Taylor has got a corner guard up here and he's trying to draw around it now. Has he got the legs to get there? Jacob Whittle and Richard Hill sweeping hard around the corner guard, not quite hidden, but and then they're going to try and rip it with another turn. DIBCA, I'm not sure how far down the end we are. That was Richard and Jacob sweeping, that means it must have been thrown by David Barton, which makes it still lead stones. So Andy's hoping he'll miss the guard to get this. So obviously to get the guard, I'll have to go back up again. Oh, he's running quite wide. Is he coming down now? No, it's a good shot. He's coming across. Actually, his own stone out. Well, yes, he just cleared out. Took out the Taylor shot and cleared his own stone out as well. But the two blues he hit, one is lying, one isn't. So the guard is still there though, and Taylor has to draw a draw round about it yet again. So this is 2 games left in the ice here now tonight. 2 early finishes. They should come into the back of the house, and he's still trying to get back, and also Andrew Wilson trying to get back. So it's at the back of the house, so it's should be easy to get to. So both these games are on. The Taylor Wilson and the ladies game are finally matched here. It's 6-5 for Lisa Farnell after 7, and 7-4 for Andrew Wilson after 8. Another one hit out there, another draw around that Andy Taylor just didn't quite get right around, taken out by the Wilson team. Finished forward that kind of way, yeah, just catches the edge of it and rolls it out. So the corner guard's still there. So Taylor's going to try and use it again. And that's coming round well again. It's quite close at the guard this time, maybe even more round. That's still a great shot there by the Taylor team. And that's very difficult to see that one, I think, from the far end. So I'll have to be a slight. Oh, it's still, obviously, still can see it. Still playing a fair weight on it just to catch the edge of it. You wouldn't mind if he takes the corner guard away. Obviously, he'll have to do it sometime probably, but he's not doing that yet because he doesn't get anything else in the house. That one coming past, another good shot and another roll off. The riveting curling that keeps spectators engrossed in the Olympics. There's nothing on this. Let's move over to the ladies' game, which may be a bit more action-packed with stones in play. Well, we've got 2 blue stones there. The blue stones belong to Lisa Farnell. Looks like Hetty's putting up a centre guard. Just gets over the line there, but it's on the centre line, but not that far in, it's sort of mid-centre. So, Lisa, interestingly, not taking the guard off, which some people would, or is she? She's thinking about it. But she's going to come around to the top of the 8 foot, and she's still thinking about taking the guard off. Obviously, she's talking to the rest of the team, and they're taking the centre guard off. Just catching and no more. You get the one in the house, but it's enough to move the centre guard away. Hetty will be trying to steal here, having taken 2 to the last end. So she's looking for after taking the 2 blues out, but Kirsty Balfour coming down here to talk to her. Kirsty, who for a number of years skipped the English ladies team, including in 2008 when they played in the European A division in Aberdeen, and in 2009 when they also played European A division in Ovik in Sweden, but failed to stay up the following year. They won the gold medal in 2007 in Fussen to get to the A division. In the European B division. So they're hitting these two. Which is an interesting decision. It does mean they're only going to get one actually. They rolled across in front of the other one. They're going to try and just take that yellow off and roll across. Slightly down weight. So you get the roll off the shot to roll behind the corner guard. Collins loud there, it squeezes past. It doesn't get the roll, but it squeezes past one in the house behind it. So meanwhile, in the Wilston game, what's happening? Nothing much has changed. We've got a red guard still there, and Andy Wilson's trying to draw right behind it. He's going to get out of it. Oh no, he just rubs off the edge. He bites the circle. So nothing much has changed in that game except the person who's drawn behind the guard. Ladies game. Shot there coming in. That's going to take one of the blues away. Yeah, it just takes one of the blues. Runs it back. Lisa's still lying. She's going to try to hit this and roll across the other yellow. Similar shot from Sari Hodif again. Over the men's game, Andy Taylor trying to hit out the Wilston shot. We've got rolled behind the corner. Sorry, Hodif is throwing it on its way down the ice. It's going to hit this one pretty much on the slightly high of the nose. It goes running quite straight at. It's rolling out, and in fact, she didn't really get hold of that one at all, and it rolled out there. And that's a blank end in the Taylor-Wilston game. So that is 9 ends played. Wilston leading 7-4. Taylor has last stone. So that's 4 ends Taylor's blanked in this game so far. 7-4 to Wilston. So big ask for the Taylor team to get 3 shots in the last end. So we'll just stick with the girls' game to the end of this end, which is not far away now. Hetty aiming to hit this blue stone lie too. But that one looks as it's slowing slightly wide as well, and that is going to roll out. That was a straight stretch of ice down there, or a slightly run back ice, which seems like difficulty with. So Lisa's going to probably hit this one here. She does have last stone, so she's trying to blank it now. Which is only the 8th end, so 2 more ends to go on that game. So if she blanks, she'll try and blank again or get a 2 at the next end. Going to roll out, I think, though. No, it's not. It's sticking around, and it's we've got the corner guards up there. I think the shot's visible from the hack. just going to try and take rid of this. And then either get ready to hit and stick would be the hope. And or if she doesn't do that, she'll blank. Right, and now throwing this. Anna's looking, there's maybe pretty quiet, and Anna's not really moves across, and that stone is missing by a long way. That is a very bad miss by Hetty there. I don't know if the ice caught them out or she threw it wide, but now at least she got a chance to draw for two. And going to a 8-5 lead with 2 ends to go. We'll just watch this draw of Lisa and then nip across back to the other men's game is still on the ice. The Taylor Wilton game. For Lisa, makes it 8-5 and over to the men's game. And we've got two blue stones in the house there. So Wilson's got a 2 days, put a guard up now. He has got a 3-shot lead. So it's 8-5 for Lisa over Anna, and it's 7-4 for Andrew Woolston over Andrew Taylor. So I'll leave the screen on here for the Taylor Woolston game. Woolston line 3. So Taylor's going to have difficulty perhaps getting his 3 for this situation. So a win there for Andrew Wilson by 7 shots to 6 over Andrew Taylor. And over now to the ladies' game, which is still the ninth. Well, excuse me, still the ninth end. Lisa is 3-8-5 up, and she's lying quite tightly, snugly near that blue stone. I think she's possibly putting a guard up here in the front so that Hetty can't get round, and maybe hoping that at 9-5 she might get a concession. But certainly, at the moment it's looking like a win for Farnell. So that win for Wilston makes it 4 wins out of 4. So he's still going to keep going, and even if he remains undefeated, he's got to hope that teams below him beat each other and he does have to play a final. Stone coming down now from Lisa Farnell. I hope she's just trying to guard the shot there. Didn't come across too far. That looks pretty good. Right in the middle. Still a gap for Hetty to get through to draw around, but it's quite tight now. So Hetty now trying to draw around these, or through the gap there to the button to keep this game maybe going a bit longer. In the moment, 3 shot lead for Lisa. It's coming through nice. That's a Lund. If that stops around, it's going to be good, but is it going to stop? Sarah Yehorová going in there to sweep it, and just too far. So 1 shot there at the moment for Lisa, and she could put another one in behind there. And there's a great draw through the gap there by Lisa. Just straight past the front guard. It's in there now, line 2. Maybe too good. It may be that they should have left it a bit shorter, because maybe if she hits on the nose, does she get short? It was probably reckless, but yeah, she could get short. She's at the nose. So it's really just going a little bit too far. We only know when we've played this short for Hetty, so Lisa now line 2. We should certainly lead the concession, I'm sure. Oh dear, and that's wrecked on the guard, and that's 2 more for Lisa, and that's a shake of the hands. So that's tonight's action over, with Lisa the Farnell winning that game by 10 shots to 5, making the score 1-1 in their best of 5 competition. So we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock in the morning, and then 4 o'clock in the afternoon are our 2 game times tomorrow. So we look forward to talking to you again tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Sleep tight.